My cool one. We're gonna be starting here in just a minute. Let me double check everything, make sure that my audio is working. Yes. All right, looks like we're good. Good to see you here, Paul. We're gonna get started here in a minute. Welcome. Welcome to another live broadcast of Solutions and Answers with your breakthrough coach, Santos Rolon Jr., straight out of Stockton, California. The world's number one problem gambling annihilator. The world's number one problem gambling annihilator. I feel really free today. So I'm going to do my program today in my summer gear, man. Anyways, I'm excited to be here once again. We're going to be here for a short amount of time. I have one proverb today, okay? One proverb. But I hope to get some feedback and I hope to get some questions from you. I'm glad you're here, by the way. I'm glad to be here. So, Nick, welcome to the broadcast. Good to see you, buddy. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Nicola, helping me out with, oh man, where did we leave him? We had the flyers. Anyways, let's get into the proverb real quick because I want to take on questions. I want to help you today. I really want to help you. How can you learn? How can you learn faster? Are you interested in learning faster? I was listening to Jim Quick this weekend. Fantastic guy. All right, let's get into this proverb real quick here so I can get in touch with you guys. All right, you guys, can we get into the proverb? Proverbs 27:1 says this: don't think about tomorrow. All right, don't boast not thyself of tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring forth. Wow. Right, don't be concerned too much about tomorrow, but we should be concerned about tomorrow. Proverbs 27:1, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth, my friend. What is this proverb telling us? I'll tell you what I believe it's telling me. I need to live like I have a lifetime, but I also need to live like tomorrow or today might be my last day. That's what I get from that proverb. Anyways, it's good to see you guys here. I'm hoping to get some questions. I see Panzer Ace is here. Nick, wishing I was in Cali, man. It's getting cold. It's getting cold in Chicago, the Windy City. I think they call it the Windy City, Chicago. So I was there. Let me see. I was there in Great Lakes, Illinois, back in 1985. In April of 1985. And I tell you, I remember the windows in the barracks being left open. It was cold in the mornings when we would get up to do our marching and to go to the mess hall. That was my Navy boot camp. So I do remember a little bit of Chicago. Rich Sapani, welcome. Panzer, my cool one. Listen, my friends, I really want to take advantage. I really want us to take advantage of this moment that we have to figure out where we need to go forward. If indeed you want to progress, right? It's important for us to understand that we need to grow faster. We need to learn faster. I mean, how can we learn? I was listening to Jim Quick over the weekend and he asked the question. It really triggered me to do some teachings in some videos. And I was thinking about mind, mouth, power, but how can I help problem gamblers learn faster? How can I help problem gamblers get victory faster? How can I help problem gamblers get a breakthrough faster? How could I do that? Is that even possible for me to do it faster? Right? You have to be hungry. Anyways, that's just something I'm going to throw out. Hopefully, I'm going to get some feedback here. It's important for us because it makes sense, right? Especially for the problem gambler. You don't have a month. You don't have 2 weeks for change. You really don't. You only have today. So does it make sense to learn faster? How can you learn faster is the question. How? How can you learn faster? All right. Let me see. You got a question. Nick says, oh, yes, had a friend in the Navy. They're in the Navy. That was me, man, back in 1985. All right. Let me see. Do we have a question? We want to make sure let me see. October went to the casino, had a mindset that I would not play, stepped right into the pit, looked around. I was depressing, only letting 50 people, held strong, went to management, self-excluded. Right on, man. Well, good for you. Good for you, Paul. That's a start. That is a start. You keep doing that, you're going to feel real good, man. It's going to become a habit. You keep doing that, it's going to become a habit. It's going to feel real good. Doesn't it feel good to be free from gambling? I mean, I know Nicholas knows. He understands that. You know, it does. It feels good. Even though it's a challenge, right? Because we know that gambling is still out there. Temptation is still out there. The game is still out there. So there is a challenge. There's always going to be a challenge. But it feels good to know that your mind is made up. That is greater, is a greater feeling to me. At least it feels that way to me. You know, the casinos are a challenge. The whole thing's a challenge with gambling. But it feels good to be free. It feels good. It feels fantastic. Super fantastic. Let me see. Let's see if we can get some questions. We need some questions on the broadcast, because if we don't get any questions, I'll start preaching, and I'll preach my way right to the end of the program. By the way, if you haven't joined the family, there's a link right there below. I'm going to invite you to join the tribe. Age and status. Is it pressure? Almost 50, and since gambled not much to show, I'm okay, but most people love to compare accomplishments with wage or with age. Yeah, that's an interesting question. It is pressure for people. It doesn't have to be pressure unless you allow it, because you're in control of Rich is in control of Rich. See, Rich is not in control of you're not in control of the mob, man. You know what I mean? You're not in control of the mob and what the mob is going to do out there. You have no control. Some people are trying to control the mob, if you know what I'm saying here. There's people that are trying to control the mob. You can't control the mob. You can only control yourself. How you look at things. Yeah. I just, honestly, all I care about is survival, honestly, at this point, right? You might have to be a little selfish, because there's a lot of evil. There's a lot of evil all around us. There's a lot of wickedness all around us, and there's a lot of traps all around us. There's many different types of casinos, just like there's different types of banks. There's different types of people, right? We're not clones. So let me make sure I stay focused. And that's the key, is to stay focused, right? Internally. I don't know if you know who Jim Quick is. Jim Quick was labeled the boy with the broken brain. Jim Quick overheard a conversation when he was a little boy. It was the teachers at school. And he overheard one of the teachers say, "There's the boy with the broken brain." And Jim Quick was about 9 years of age. Can you imagine overhearing a conversation like that? Whether it's at home or, I mean, if you know anything about who Jim Quick is, he's a brain coach. He's a specialist. He's an artist. He's He's a coach to athletes, to actors, business leaders. And I was just listening to him recently. And you know, he stirs me up. He's a real humble guy, kind of low key. And he went through a really rough childhood, kind of reminds me a little bit of myself. But he had some real bad tragedies when he was younger. Tragedies, he had some problems. But he's an interesting fellow, Jim Quick. You know, he talks about learning. He talks about speed reading and memorization. He's really good with all of those things. And I had a chance to listen to him, and I was just thinking, man, how can I take my mount M.M.P.C, mind mouth power? How can I take it and help it to use problem gamblers to get there faster? How can I use it? Of course, you know, you can't gamblers. You have to be willing to learn. You can't learn past. You can't come here to this program. Listen, you can't come here to this program and not take any notes, my friend. You can't do that. You have to come here and what kind of notes do you have to take? I'm always talking about taking notes. You have to learn to take particular notes that are going to help you. You see, maybe one of the reasons why you're still struggling, my friend, is because you haven't found that avenue. You haven't found that way of learning. You haven't found the right life hack. So you're using mind, mouth power in reverse. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop here, give you some food for thought. Could that be the reason? You know, when I was listening to Jim Quick, that's what I got from him. That we can go beyond what we are right now. See, you might be looking at your life right now kind of at a plateau or maybe just stuck. But we have to think bigger. We have to think out of that realm. And I can get so deep into this. Mind, mouth, power. But you have to be hungry. You have to be hungry for it. You have to. You know, if you haven't found what needs to help you, either you're not hungry enough, or I don't know, what could I say, right? Anyways, I'll stop there. Let me see if I can get some questions. Nick says, I like replacing those triggers with working out. Business, in other words, yeah, replacement. I call that trading. Trading places, right? That's a good thing. We can go deep with that right here. Learning how to trade. See, mind, mouth power, the more that you get into this, the more that you can use this for yourself creatively. Nick just brought up the point of replacing those triggers. I believe in one of my books, I wrote about an imaginary game that you can play with yourself. Again, listen, it takes work. It takes work. It takes effort to change. It does. Jim Quick talks about that. The reason why we don't learn is because we find things boring. If for instance, if you come here and you find this boring, you're not going to learn anything. Right? But if you come here and you ask question and you take a note and you take notes and you think about what's being said here, you participate, guess what? Now you're active. Now you are an active listener or an active learner. We don't learn passive. That's why people are struggling. I've seen people, I do analysis on my videos. People, actually, you guys are watching more of my video, which is great. And we're doing better. We're getting better at everything. It's about learning faster. It really is, because we don't have a lot of time. So the faster you can learn, the faster you'll get your breakthrough. Does that make sense? That makes perfect sense to me, man. So I'm in a hurry to think about a lot of this stuff. And do I have it all? Do I know it all? Not yet, man. Not yet. Hi, Ali. I read Santos' book to find out a few things. Yeah. So thank you for thank you, Nick, for sharing those thoughts. I mean, there's a couple of other let me see, did I have another thought here? Or I had a question. Is investing in crypto gambling? I don't really consider investing in crypto gambling. I've done it. It's different than gambling. When you know what you're doing and you've studied the charts and you have an idea, that's trading. You're buying, you know, it's like buying real estate, buying low and selling high. Is that gambling? No, I don't think it's gambling. Casino, sitting in front of a slot machine and losing all your money and becoming a you know, what is it? What did the devil? Napoleon Hill has a book. It's called Conversation with the Devil or something like that. And the devil calls people, what does he call them? They're, anyways, they're going off in the wrong direction. That's what it's all about. So crypto gambling is, unless you're losing a lot of money, if you're losing a lot of money, then you probably should stay out of there. That's the way I look at it. Yep. Hey, Laura, welcome to the broadcast. I see we got a few people in here. There's Mark. Welcome to the broadcast, Mark. That's a good question. My cool one. I battled that trying to catch up feeling for lost time gambling. That's something to touch on. Interesting strategies on how to overcome this past. Well, you know, again, it's all about learning. It really is. I really enjoyed Jim. Hey, there's Jim West. Welcome to the broadcast. I enjoyed listening to Jim Quick because it's all about going beyond what we, I mean, belief. You know, belief is a big deal, right? If you don't believe, you're not going to take action. I got to ask you a personal question. All of you that are here, I have to ask all of you here, right? Except maybe a few. Are you struggling with gambling? I'm going to ask you the question. I don't want you to answer it unless you want to answer it. Are you struggling with gambling? Do you find yourself literally struggling with gambling? But yet you're here. You're here on this broadcast. That's very interesting to me. There's mystery there. But I'm glad that you're here. So I have to ask you the next question. Do you want to learn how to overcome this thing slow, or do you want to learn how to overcome it fast? You have to determine that one. So, speaking about the past, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you for supporting the mission. By the way, you know, anyone that wants to donate $100 or more to the mission, it's going to be gladly received. All right. 100, 200, $500, or whatever you feel would be good to support the mission. So it's all, believe me, it's all going towards a good cause. I can't take it with me. I could probably spend it all. Well, maybe not in one place anymore, but I won't do that. I'll just hire people. I'll pay people for projects that we have going forward. And if you can support us in some way, you have a talent, you have an ability, shoot me a message. There's a lot of stuff going on that we need help with, that I need help with. I need your help. I'm like maybe a 2 to 3 man team here. And there's a lot of calls, there's a lot of emails, there's a lot of comments that I get. I wish I could clone myself, man. That'd be super fantastic, terrific, and over the top. But I do need help. So thank you for your support. Getting over, you know, the thing about
past and the shame and chasing losses. You know, you have to wake up to reality. You have to wake up to where you're at today. See, yesterday's gone. The money that you lost yesterday, you're not going to get. Well, you can recycle that, right? You can't recycle the past, but you can recycle money. Money, you can make money. You lose money, you can make it. What you can't make back is your time. What you can't make back are the years that you're losing on your life, my friend. The years that you're losing your life, right? That's more important than time, I believe. Is it? Is your life more important than time? I believe that it is. So every day that goes by, every 7 days is a week, right? My friend, every 7 days that you gamble makes you weak because it's 7 days. It's just a joke. But it does. It does. It makes you weak. 7 days. Every 7 days that you win, that you're dedicated to your dream. Nick talked about replacing play a game, right? Look at gambling like an old clunker, an old smoky car. It doesn't pass smog anymore. Go to the dealership and trade it in for a new one. Mind, mouth, power, play these games. I can get really deep with you here, but you have to dig into this. That's why I'm inviting you. Yes, am I trying to sell you on taking notes? Yes, I'm trying to sell you on take. Why? Santos, why do you want me to take notes? Because notes are going to help you learn. Notes are going to help you learn faster. And from the notes that you take, you can create other notes. Who are they going to help? The fly on the wall? The spider in the basement? No, it's going to help me. It's going to help you, my friend. That's why I tell you, take notes. And if you don't take notes, watch the video again and get into a habit. I don't care if it's me that you're watching, you're listening to a program on the radio that catches your attention, you watch somebody else's video, or maybe you just simply have an experience in life that really speaks to you. Pull out your journal, write on your canvas if you have to, right? Skin canvas if you have to, until you can transfer it to another. These are the things that are going to help you learn faster. You have to participate, my friend. You have to participate. Am I trying to sell you on participation? You bet. You bet. Am I being nice about this? You bet. In fact, I'm almost running out of time here. So this is what's helped Nick. This is what's helped me and anybody else in the group. Anybody else in here that, hey, Jim, welcome to the broadcast. Good to see you, man. I got a question here. How do you persuade addicts to love themselves enough to make change? I think the answer is the breakthrough. How do you persuade addicts? Well, I can't persuade addicts. I can be a light. I could be a candle ahead of them, right? Everybody's a candle. I can be a candle that lights other candles. I won't lose my light by doing that. But I can't really persuade addicts. You have to take action. You have to take action. You have to hunger. You have to hunger, man. You have to hunger it. Really. But now if we live our life, right? If I live my life properly every day, that's going to influence somebody. So I have to live my life every day. I have to hunger. And I just keep doing it through mind, mouth, power. Really. In fact, at the end of this broadcast, I want to share something with you that I've been really, really focusing on lately more and more. And I'll just share that with you real quick here. We're going to be ending soon unless I get more questions. But my friends, listen, Monday's coming. Are you ready for Monday? Are you ready for Tuesday? Are you ready for a new week? Are you ready for a new week, man? Oh, I am so ready. Jim says, I now go walking, play PS4, enjoy. Exactly. That's what you do. As soon as you get a paycheck, make a plan. As soon as you get an income check, make a plan. Right? Replace the old habit. Get in the habit of replacing habits, as Nick said, as Jim West is doing. Get in a habit. The faster you do this, the faster you learn, the faster your breakthrough. Laura says, I just can't go back to gambling. I admit I've had a few slips recently, but I hated that life. After a while, man, it literally sucks, really, after a while. You know, it's just not. It's not the same. If I walked into a casino, I don't know. If I walked into a casino and put money in a slot machines and played, what would that do to me? How would that make me feel? I mean, I don't even just thinking about it. And of course, if you think on things long enough, they can become your focus. You know what I mean? They can become your focus. But the key is to focus on the opposite. The key is to focus on, you know, the other things, right? To train your mind to focus, train your mind, retrain your mind to focus. So, yeah, let me see. Enjoy life. Great, amazing things to offer. Yeah. You are lost when you're gambling. Your whole world is upside down, man. Should you cut out gambling, friends, buddies who could potentially be bad influences? You have to make a decision on that. I would. I would if I was problem gambling and I was wanting to get away from problem gambling, I would cut everything off. I would just cut it. That's a good point that you brought there, Panzer. I mean, you have to, right? That's me. I'm not telling you that you have to do this, but you know what you have to do. You know what you need to do, right? You know what you need to do. We all know. Everybody in here, men and women, we all know what to do. The challenge is getting ourselves to do it. That's where the big struggle is, right? Limiting beliefs, no plan, no real accountability. Right now, there's some accountability here because we're here together. But once we leave, right, there's no accountability. And that's where people fail big time. There's no accountability, man. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan of action. And if you don't have a plan of action, it's not going to work, my friend. I don't care how good of a speaker you are. I don't care how elaborate you think. If you don't have a plan, you're going to keep breaking yourself and you're going to lose everything, my friend. Don't wait to lose everything. Don't lose to wait all your money to, you know, your family, people. Don't wait to get that far, man. It's just not, you might not recover if you wait to get there. You hear that? You may not recover if you wait to get there. Now, you need to decide to make changes. Do you need a powerful why you change? You need a plan. Yeah, you need. Nick says misery loves company. Jim says it took me about 5 years to self-exclude. It resisted a lot. We're dealing with this up here. That's why. You see, you're fighting yourself. Really, you're fighting yourself. You need to decide to make changes. You need a powerful why you change. You need a plan. You need to be intentional about executing the plan. Discipline and keep the eye on the prize. Exactly. You got to be intentional. You know, you have to be intentional. Again, you know, when I listen to Jim Quick and he talks about having superpowers, and he was really interested. You know, one thing that Jim Quick, he lived in New York City, so he shares in his story because he was he was the little boy with the broken brain. So he would watch the comic, he would read the comics. He was really interested in the comics because they had superpowers, and he had some superpowers of his own as a child. One of them was like he would shrink and hide because he was embarrassed. He didn't have any confidence in himself. And I just got, so he would drive around. He would watch these movies, the X-Men, right? The movies. And he would drive around New York looking for that school of where the X-Men, of course, that was in the movies, in the comics before it came to the big screen. So he would drive around on his bicycle thinking that there was an actual school. Well, it was, you know, it was the school for, it was the school for those that were, you know, people with superpowers, Wolverine, whatever their names are. I don't get into too much of those movies. But why am I saying this? Because Jim Quick reminded me of my superpowers that I've been developing ever since I quit gambling. You have superpowers. Do you know what your superpowers are? Do you know? Jim would ride his bicycle around New York looking for that school that we see in the movies. Of course, that school didn't exist. It exists today for him because in his imagination, he's built himself up to become the brain coach. From the little broken boy with the broken brain at 9 years old or younger, from nearly losing his life at the library, not eating well, not to becoming the world's best coach trainer. Just amazing. He wanted it. He hungered for it. He made the discipline. And that's what it takes for us to go forward in life. That's what it takes. So thank you, Jim, for bringing that up. That's really good. 12. I'm Judas. Let me see. Was there something? Yes, there was somebody else in here that I wanted to acknowledge. Bad Keith Gaming. Yes, we know what we need to do, but we have to do it. Exactly. You have to tie your shoes on with your own hands. Now, we need help. But if you can't do it by yourself, find the help that you need. It might be in a book, it might be in a video, it might be in a coach, it might be in a seminar, some kind of a webinar online, or it might be in a program that you might have to check yourself into. I know there's Gamblers Anonymous, there's different types of programs. You got to find what fits you best. And, you know, by coming here and discussing these topics, talking about life hacks, the most important thing that I would say all the time is that you have to learn how to use your mind and your mouth. That's a given. You have to get good at using your mind and your mouth. Whatever tools you use, books, video therapy, Gamblers Anonymous, meditation, self-hypnosis, all of that works good. Those are tools, but they'll be more effective when you learn how to tie your mind-mouth power connection and bring it all into play. And my friend, this is work. It takes work. But you talk to yourself. You use your imagination. You do things all the time. And so you know yourself. You know what you're capable of doing. And you know that you're capable of doing way more than you're limiting yourself to. You know that. It's just a matter of taking action. Jim said that you have to have a vision. Something needs to motivate you. Well, you know what? Rock bottom can motivate you if you're not there yet, right? Imagine hitting rock bottom and losing everything like it's like my friend Sam, the sheriff, did. 11 and a half years in prison, lost a 30-year career in the law enforcement, lost his wife, part of his family, friends, a lot of money. I mean, if you think about that and you're not there yet, that'll motivate you. Or you can think about, you know, maybe you're not there, but yet you want to have a good life. What's a good life for you? Waking up on Sundays and Saturdays, waking up on Mondays and Tuesdays, right? Paying the Billy family, handling the phone calls, paying the bill getting along, not having to hide, right? Not having to hide from people You know, you don't want to see, you don't want to face people. You don't want to, you're hiding, man. I don't want to deal with it. No, you, you got to come out of the closet, man. If you would, you know, you got to dive into the water and chip away at the iceberg underneath the water, because that's where the problem is. And if you don't do this, you're going to struggle. You're going to send me a message. I've had them. Santos, I lost everything. In fact, I had somebody the other day call me and ask me if I called their job. That's crazy thinking. You know, here's a person that follows the mission a little bit. Okay. I'm not too sure where he's at mentally, but the guy has a great job. He has a great job. And I told him a couple of months ago, my friend, you're going to lose it all. He called me up. We talked. He was thinking about taking me on as his coach. Dropped the ball. Forgot about what we talked about. I was going to help. Drop the ball. Sends me a message a month later. Hey, did you call my job? Some things are going on with my job. Did you send him a message? Did you call my job? I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? See, problem gambling will mess your head up, man. And I'm thinking, you know, I was at the point where I think I need to stay away from this guy because, you know, what business would I have to? I was a problem gambler myself. I know what it's like to be harassed by. Anyways, I'm telling you, my friends, you know, hey, if you want to get free, hang around me. Okay, watch the videos, take some notes. I'm being a little pressure guy. Take some notes, look at your notes, look at your life, reflect on your life, where you're going, where you're at right now, and what you're hearing. You see, it's not about me because I'm already free. I'm free, man. I'm going to stay free. Maxi Pads commercial, something like that. I am free. I'm going to stay free. I love being free. I love my life. I love it. I love it. So, you know, I don't have to fight as hard as I used to, but you do. You do. And it starts today. It starts right now, my friend. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have yesterday because it's gone. You have right now, right here. This is the time to make decision. Decision time, my friend. Do it while you're emotionally high. Do it while you're charged, because that's how you learn. Emotional, right? You make decisions from emotion, not logic. We're not logical. We make emotional decisions. We move and we do things because of emotion. You gamble because of emotion. There's an emotion there's something that's triggering you. Anyways, all right, we're going to be back here at 6:30. Let me see. Friday, we're going to be back here 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. We're going to be back here on Friday, my friend. Okay? My call to action is going to be to work on your best way to learn. What is your best way to learn? You thought about that one? What is my best way to learn? Because that's how you're going to learn faster. You have to find that, man. You have to find that. You have to find it. All right, we got a few. Natalia, welcome to the broadcast. I've got a few people joining in. I'm going to hang out with you a little bit longer. Usually we stop the program at about 30 minutes, but I want to hang out with some of you. Listen, if you have another question, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at this link. Check out the screen right now for a moment. I want you to look at what's there for you. Okay, I'm willing to work with anybody. I'm willing to help you if you want to help yourself. All right, we've got some great things happening. I'm not going to get into that, but donations are gladly accepted. You know, support the mission if you're benefiting from this. If you are benefiting from this, remember, part of your learning and part of your breakthrough is also participation, right? You're not going to learn passively. If you want to learn and you want to break through faster, you got to learn to participate and give. And even giving of your finances is going to help you. Santos, you mean to tell me that if I give money to your mission, that's going to help me? Yes. How's it going to help me? I don't know how it's going to help you, but I know it's going to help you. How can you say that? Because I've experienced it myself by giving financially. And you got to think about these things, right? You can go at it all by yourself without getting any tools. That's going to make it harder for you. Or you can go at it purchasing a few tools, giving of your time as you're going along, giving of yourself, giving of your money, giving of yourself. You're paying it forward. You're working on yourself. You know, the law of retribution is going to pay you back. And I know that life is not fair. I understand that. I've been burned. I've been taken advantage of. I've been abused. I've been used. I've been lied to. Oh, well, I'm here today. That's the past. I go forward. I give. I'm smarter, but I still give. And that helps me get my breakthrough. So think about that, my friend. Mark wants to be a millionaire. When you become a millionaire, I'll be here for you. You can donate to the mission, Mark. You gotta say, I am going to be a millionaire. That's the key, right? When we say that I want to, there's no real conviction there. But when you say, I am going to be a millionaire, you're going to find a way. I am, I will, I do. I can, I will, I do, I am, right? I can, I will, I do, I am. Nick Elston says, I'm lonely. Well, my friend, you're here with us. Join the family, Nick. By the way, if you feel lonely, join the family. You'll stay in touch with me, man. I'd like to stay in touch with you too. That's what I do. Hey, there's candy coated poison. Feels much better to give in so many ways. Not only that, listen, my friend, you're giving your money already to the casinos. You're giving your money to somebody else is winning from what you're giving. So why not take that money, invest it in this mission, and help problem gamblers and help yourself in the process? That makes good sense. That's a good investment right there. That's a good investment. By the way, thank you for your donations. I'm not too sure if your donations get through. Yes, they get through. So thank you for that. That was Bad Keith Gaming. Thank you. Appreciate whatever you sent. Let me see. Hey, thank you. Thank you for your subscription, man. Appreciate that. Let me see. What is this? Is it a bad? I started a 3-month goal not to gamble and then celebrate by gambling and doing cake at the end of the year. If that's how you want to celebrate, I wouldn't advise it, though. You're setting yourself up for a fall is what's happening there. Get some cake by itself. You don't need to go to no casino. But again, I can't tell you what to do. Got the hard copy, my man, going to use it. Thank you. Yeah, that's the old copies. Oh man, did I bring the new copy up here? We've got so many copies of books that I've done. It's incredible. It's fun writing. I love writing books. All right. Let me see. CCD is pulling your leg. Let me see. CCD is pulling your leg. What does that mean? The CCP, something. All right, my friends. We're coming down. Well, this is one of my newest versions. This one here, and then we have the new one that has, oh, what did we do with it? It has my picture on it. It has my beautiful picture on the front. Oh, I left it down. Anyways, There's just some minor changes just to cover, but yeah. Just use the book. That's what's important. Use the book and use it and give me some feedback, man. I need some feedback. I get people feedback. Tell me 1, 2, or 3 things that you got out of the book that will help people. I need feedback. 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 I need some feedback. Okay, yeah, you got the new one then. You got the new copy. You got the new copy. Well, the thing is, here's the thing. You know, depending on your situation, how is your situation? I don't know. You know, you could be doing very well, right? And you could handle your situation. I'm not here to judge anybody, but honestly, anything that has to do with gambling, if you're a problem, if you're having problems with it, you have to be honest with yourself, because we can sit here and lie to ourselves, or we can play games, right? We can. I've done it to myself numerous times in the past, but that doesn't work very well because it just doesn't work. So we have to be honest. We have to be upfront. Again, time is going by. Time is going by. What kind of a legacy are you going to leave behind? How will you be remembered? Will you be remembered as a problem gambler that lost everything? Will you be remembered as a person that made, a recovery and made some changes and helped others? You have to think about these things, because that's where you're headed, my friend. That's where you're headed. Yep. Yeah, I'm wearing my summer gear. I'm not, sometimes I get in front of the camera and I'm thinking, about what people think of me. And honestly, I don't really care I had a lady tell me that she would listen to me because I was wearing a thin, like a tank top, the thin ones, the ones that I guess Puerto Ricans and Mexicans and white boys wear when they beat up their spouses. So they call them wife beaters. So I'm not going to listen to you because you're wearing a wife beater. I'm not a wife beater. I just beat gambling. So honestly, I don't care. You know what? I'm free. I'm free to be me. And if of course, I'm not going to come naked to the camera, but I will always have a shirt, something on, and try to look presentable. But I'm not here to please people, man. I'm here to help you get free, right? That's what my goal is. Help you get free, stay free, and work your plan. That's what's important to me about you. Hopefully that's important to you about you. And maybe that's why you're here tonight on this broadcast. We've been here almost an hour. And I'm about almost dry here. All right, last call. Uno, last question. Uno. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, man. There was a time where I didn't believe in myself. There was a time where I didn't believe in myself. There was a time where I didn't know. I didn't think I was going to make it. Honestly, I didn't know how I was going to make it. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was in deep trouble. By the grace of God, I began to believe. Somehow, God gave me the grace to believe in myself enough to pick up a book, pick up a few journals, the Bible, and watch videos. That's where my belief began to kick in. Really, because I didn't have any. I was beat, man. I was burnt and beat. So I didn't have that much belief. In fact, I didn't have that much belief at all. The only belief I had was you better get your ass and go to work, or else you're really going to be in trouble. But then after that, I lost that too. So I didn't have belief. But I picked up a few tools, right? I was using mind, mouth, power in reverse, but I picked up a few tools and I started experimenting. I started learning about self-talk. I started learning about vision. I started learning a little bit about my brain. I didn't know what the brain was. I didn't know that it was a muscle, and I didn't know anything about neurological pathways and neurons and electricity firing. I didn't know about any of that. None of that. But I picked up a few tools and I was intrigued. And I kept on, and I said, something's going to get me through this, man. And I kept on. I just kept on. I would fall off the wagon, and I kept on. I got back up. Man, I fall off the wagon, I get back up. I'm not going to say how many times I fell off the wagon, but I fell off the wagon. And finally, I started feeling stronger. Finally, I started sensing, something's happening to me, man. These casinos, I'm not being moved by them as much as I was in the past. I just kept on. I kept fighting. I kept doing more of what I was doing. And finally, I just said, you know what? It's over. It's over. It's done. I cracked the code. And along the process, I cracked many other things. I learned how to work through fear. I learned how to build confidence in my life. I learned how to write, put books together. I learned how to make better videos. I'm still trying to do that. I've learned how to write and put things together, and I've learned how to hypnotize myself to keep myself in a playful, imaginative state, which is called a theta. I believe it's called a theta brainwave. Children are there. You notice children are playful. They're hard to take serious because they're in their theta mind state. They're like in a hypnotic state. So they're always playful. You can learn a lot from children. In fact, if you sit with children, if you have children at home, I would encourage you to sit with them and pick their brains, because they can give you some really good ideas. Because children are in a state of imagination, and anything goes in the world of imagination. Well, just about. So this is how I got myself free, my friends. This is how, and for a while there, I didn't know how it happened. So I was trying to put it all together. M.M.P.C, write the books, make sure that and it's still a little bit of a scatter, but yet here I am a couple of years later, completely still free, growing stronger every single day. Man, I'm happy to be me today. You got to be happy to be you. And again, if you're not happy to be you, you have to find yourself. You have to cross that barrier. You have to make that decision. You're going to have to put some skin in the game. If you have to invest money, be willing to invest money. If you have to buy books, if you have to buy video, if you have to get into a coaching do what you need to do. All right, my friends. Yes, this is one of the great ones. Maxwell Maltz. That's a good book. I remember the audio. Man, I would listen to the audio for hours. Dr. Maxwell Maltz. It's good on mind training. Nick Elson says, what the cause of a gambling addiction? Laura says, if Santos can't help you. Mike Coley says, what you need help with? You're saying answering phone calls? No, not yet. I'm not getting that to that point yet, but I'm getting. This is mango. It's just mango. That's all it is. I don't drink sodas all the time. It's not healthy for you. It's not good for your brain, by the way. Sodas are not good for your brain. Nuts, berries, water, and good omega-3. It's good for your brain. We need this. We need to feed our brain because the brain's a muscle. We need to exercise it. Some of you have a very weak brain and you know it. I'm trying to help you exercise it. Let me see. What is the cause of gambling addiction? Well, for everybody, it's different. It might be similar, but for everybody, you depending on where it started. It could have started out as a nice night with the friends, right? Just going out gaming. Or you could have been in a home where I was playing craps at the age of 12 and 13 years of age. I was gambling at 12 years of age, 13 years old. I was gambling. So I got the bug early on. As a trigger, there's an escape. Some people go through a divorce. There's been cases out there. I know there's cases out there. They go through a divorce, and then one of the spouse they end up going to starting the casino. That's their escape. So they're no longer married, but now they go to the casino and they begin a love affair with the casino. And we know what happens there, right? We know what happens. That doesn't turn out to be good. So the addiction, it really depends. Or you just might want to make a lot of money, right? You might have a lot of money and you might say, you know what? I can win a lot more money by going to the casino. You already got a lot of money. But guess what? If you don't win and you lose all your money, now you're broke. Now it's just it's a bad deal all the way around, man. It is. Problem gambling, any form of gambling, scratchers, the lottery. If you buy the lottery, I think you buy like a dollar lotto tickets. You can buy that. I don't buy those because I just don't believe any of that anymore. People go shipwrecked. They get a bunch of money. They end up getting killed. A lot of mail. People, they got to hide and all this stuff. This is a lot of stuff when it comes to making a lot of money. We don't think about that. People think that, you play around, be careful what you wish for. You play around in the casino, and if you do win, that amount of money could be like a big rock falling on top of you. It can crush you. It can kill you because you're not mentally prepared for it. It's happened. The curse of the lottery. Anyways, I'm talking too much here, man. I gotta slow down here, guys. Laura says it was an escape. Yep. Paul says Jim made a good point there. Let me see. What is the a Puerto Rican drink? No, I think those are Mexican drinks. These are Mexican drinks. I think the Mexicans make this. This is made in Mexico, I think. Let me double check, man. I have my glasses on. Where is it at? Anyways, yeah, this is Charitos. I think it's a Mexican. Anyway, too much of that. Well, we got a little bit of a crowd jumping in here. I guess we're going to be here a little bit longer. If you guys want to hang out, we're going to hang out for a little bit more. Let me see. Audiobooks with personal development. Listen to every day will start moving your subconscious in a positive direction. Exactly. Yes, they will. But I mean, you have to listen. You have to listen to a lot of it. If you take notes, if you begin to ask questions when you're watching videos, then it makes your learning faster. You learn things faster. But if you sit there and just listen to the video over and over with just thinking about it without really participating and doing it, it's gonna be a slow learn, very slow learn. It'll get into your head because repetition is key, but it'll take a long time. Now, again, if you participate, you ask questions, you get involved, you shake around, you get in the movement, emotional. You want emotions when you're learning. You don't just want to sit there, just staring at the screen. So you know what I mean? You don't want that, man. You got to have some energy to it, excitement, motivation, take notes, do whatever. Keep yourself awake. Stand up and run around the room if you have to. Get involved in your learning. That's what Jim is saying there. All right. Momo, the rich kid. Yes, it is. Gambling is a scam. It is. Looks like we're going to hang out here for a little bit longer. Yeah, my cool one. I think that, yeah, if you're talking about the drink, it's pretty good. I don't drink sodas all the time, but every once in a while it's good. By the way, exercise is good for you. Exercise is good. We don't eat all the time perfectly, but you have to put good stuff into your body, my friends. Listen, if you're struggling, part of it is because you're not feeding your brain good food, because your brain has to exercise all of these things. And if your brain is weak, maybe that could be the culprit, right? You could have a really bad diet. Change your diet and then see what happens. You know, there has to be a balance in all of these things for you to get help. That's what I'm finding in my life. You know, I don't have it all perfect. I don't have it all down packed, but I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday or last year, the year before that. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Yeah, that's true. Me being a kid losing 5,000 changed my life. I used to bet $100 at a time. Now I save every dollar. Good for you. The online casinos are just draining kids and adults as well. Yeah, it's a trap, man. It's a trap. Once you fall into it, see, some people don't fall into the trap. It's a small minority of people that actually fall into the trap. You know that? There's not a whole lot. There's a lot of people that gamble, but compared to the people that gamble, the percentage in numbers of people that get hooked is very, very small. It's a very small group of people. But those group of people, they end up paying the price big time. Sadly, some of them don't come out. Some of them commit suicide because they can't handle the pressure anymore. They can't handle the shame. They don't know how to handle the losses. Bad diet, no brain power. So, what's the use, man? I got no reason to live anymore. That's the way they think, right? Lose everything. They're at rock bottom. They never had a chance. Maybe they watched one of my videos, but they didn't watch the video all the way through. That's why I tell people, look, if you're going to watch a video, watch it all the way through. Invest time. Invest into it, man. You're not going to get free if you don't. Yeah. The worst addiction. The worst. Yeah. Really start being intentional about thinking about your thinking and feelings and start questioning. Yeah. Questions. Yeah. Questions are hey, DC Native X, welcome to the broadcast. We got a few people coming in late here and there. We are the special few that the casino depends on. Yeah, we don't want to be there. We got to get out of there. We have to get out of there. We have to get out. You have to get out. You can't stay there. It's major. Major problem. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. All I'm going to say is that you changed my life after I watched your video. I just had to stop. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that word, man. Yeah, we are getting into some serious problems with gambling online. Any questions, my friends? We need to get a question in here before we're getting ready to wind down. Been here live for 1 hour. Wow. 1 hour live. And I wonder how long I can go live for. Probably go live for a long time. But we're going to be ending pretty soon here. 7:35. We've been here an hour and 5 minutes.
Hopefully we've changed some lives here. Hopefully you've gotten something good for Monday. Monday's coming. Are you prepared for Monday? Are you prepared for Monday? Monday, Tuesday. Yes, it's worse than crack. It could be for some people. Yeah. I remember we used to play craps. The guys would start drinking. We'd get about, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 of us in a group. Older guys. I was probably one of the youngest guys in the group rolling dice. We'd go back there. It's all summertime back there in back of the projects. Be back there passing a beer around. Whatever was going around would go around. And next to you know, somebody would get punched in the face because they were cheating or, it's just, it's crazy, man. This whole thing about gambling, how we start and how it gets into the head. And oh, my dad's doing fine. Yeah, my dad's doing fine. Yeah, he had COVID-19. I think they had him in some kind of seclusion there, but I go over there and I see him at the hospital, so he's doing good. What kind of tattoos are on my shoulders? They're jailhouse tattoos, man. Jailhouse tattoos. They're all over. I've been, anyways, when I was in the service, I would get a lot of tattoos, and now I don't. I don't promote them, but I'm not going to hide them either. I used to try to hide them at one point. I'm not going to hide them. It is what it is. One day they're going to come to an end. Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah. Yeah. Crack takes time to diminish you. Gambling can ruin your life immediately. Yeah. It can go both ways. Yep. But there's true. Gambling is a different animal. That's for sure. Gambling is a different animal. Every day they pop up new casinos online with different licenses. A lot of these casinos are the same ones. They're just going under a different name. They're tricking people. That's what's going on. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. All right, my friends, we're coming close to the end. We're going to be back here Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time. We're going to be back here discussing mind mouth power, talking about the politics of problem gambling and how to overcome problem gambling, how to get free and stay free. And we're going to be new videos this week on the channel, new emails this week. We are building the Progress Your Life University. I am in the process of building a university online. Coach Cephas and I, and there's another possible person that's going to be interested in that. That is going to be a big challenge. Listen, I could use your support if you care about what I'm doing here, if you care about other people and you want to support this mission. Right now is the time to do it. We are working on building Progress Your Life University. We're going to be putting more courses together, life courses, developing confidence, overcoming shame, overcoming depression. What is mind-mouth power connection? How to generate income after you're done gambling. Those types of. We're going to have a whole bunch of videos and curriculums and all kinds of wonderful things. Yes, it's bigger than. It's scaring me. It's frightening me a little bit because I've never done anything that big. But you know what? That's just the way it is. You got to dream bigger, right? Die trying. Like they say, Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. One of the two. I'm going to get busy living. So donations are welcome. And by the way, if you donate more than $20,
you are going to get a copy of one of my books with a little special message in it for you. I am waiting to get more copies of the new book. So if you donate to the mission, soldiersofselfmastery.com/donate, I'm going to send you a hard copy. Again, with a little, it's going to have a little special message in it for you, my friend, specifically for you. All right. I will be back here. More importantly, find a way to work on yourself. Find a way to work on your best learning method. Find the best way to learn for yourself. You know what it is. And you know what? Work the heck out of that thing, man. Pour time and effort into it. It's going to benefit you. All right. That's all I have. It's the end of the program. I'm going to see if we have one more. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate the gesture. Break the mold. But the truth, man, you want to do it deep within. Look inside. Do not let impulses, anger get in the way. That's right. We have to honor what we say. We have to honor what we say. Remember, you're going to learn this. You're going to learn this. Mind, mouth, power. Okay, you have it. Start exercising it. Start exercising it. You bought the book on Amazon. Hey, send it back to me, and I'll put a little message in it for you, brother. I just paid $15 to send $15 to shipping to the Netherlands. No, Ireland. I sent the book to Ireland. It was like $15 to ship it. So I basically sent the free book because the guy donated $15. He thought it was going to be less to ship it. But anyways, that was good. So the book's out there in Ireland, UK, and Australia, and different places. We're getting it out there. All right, my friends. Last call. Yeah. Thanks, man. It costs $20 CAD to ship here. A little bit to Canada. Well, my cool one, I want to thank you, Mark. Thank you for being here on this broadcast. DC Native X, appreciate you, man. Mark, Momo, the rich kid. Jim, Yumoto Motorized Bicycles for health. And then there is, who else was on here? There's Bad Keith Gaming. Thank you for joining us tonight. And there was Laura. I got Mark. Who else? Nick Elston. Thank you for being here tonight on this broadcast. I truly appreciate you. Candy coated poison. Panzer Ace. That sounds like a band. Panzer Ace. Now introducing to the stage, Panzer Ace. Sounds like a band. Thank you for subscribing, Nick. All right, my friends. We are coming to Nick Castellano, Natalia Donis. I missed you here. Angel, Galaxy Angel. Start the day like Santos say. I lost years. Thank you for being here. Natalia. That's a beautiful name. I like that. Sounds like Italian. And Angel, Galaxy. Wow, we've had a few visitors tonight. I want to thank you guys. All of you guys. Listen. Chad Painter. Any locks tomorrow? Let me see. We have somebody else here. Any locks tomorrow? I'm not too sure, but we need to have some locks today, right? That's for sure. We need to lock on to a right attitude. It's what we need to do. We need to lock on. Jim West. Yes, Jim West. And that. Wow, we've had quite a few, and there's been a few others that have come and gone. All right. Let me see here. All right. Okay, guys. Work on it. I'll see you at the top on the inside on my very next one, making every day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top. In spite of and because of. Man, this has been probably my longest broadcast. So remember, next Friday, 6:30. If you need some help, if you need a plan, it's right there. Go right there, get your program, and get your plan going forward. All right? Last call right there. See it? How to plan to get away from gambling? Go here. Start your progress. You're going to get a free coaching session worth over $400 with me if you do decide to take the challenge.